I'm gonna say this. There was a lot of quotes that stood out to me in this one right here. Even though it wasn't like super strong action, da 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 da, but there was some quotes, and I want to get you guys' take on this. The first quote that hit, like, ooh man, wow, like who's writing this? You know what I'm saying? Was this quote right here? I know it resonated with y'all. And Keisha said, "I'm your woman, not an amusement park." So, ladies, and everybody in the chat, chiming below. Nikki looked like she want to say something. She getting hype. And excuse me for being rude. We got a new fur baby in the house as well. That's you can introduce your fur baby.
This is Nico Onyx. He was napping, but he got the memo for real too. So
that's what's up. That's what's up.
But
so what do you think about this quote right here from
that
Keisha?
quote? Okay, you all in my living room on that one. Okay. Okay, seriously. That right there hit me in the gut when she said it. I had to rewind it back just to watch the scene play out again. And the fact that she said that, it's like you're letting them know, like, look, I'm your woman, not your amusement park. Like right now, you're a general admission. You're supposed to be a VIP exclusive. Treat me like that. Like, don't just treat me like you want to like hook up or you want to treat me like a woman when it basically helps you. Like, make it an all around encompassing situation. Don't treat me like I'm just a sometimey once a month, whatever, you know, or you want to show me attention whenever you feel like it type of a situation. I'm your woman, not your amusement park. It's a full-time job. Clock in, don't clock out.
Dang, clock in, don't clock. Okay. Moochella Moochie, how did this hit you? You know, was this like, whoa, did it hit you hard?
I felt like she was being real with it. He was like, we don't have fun anymore. We used to have fun. And now they doing real life. And now he feels like all they do is argue, but they're not, she's showing him how to communicate.
Right.
She's showing him this is like every day we have to communicate because we are in a relationship.
That's
you
right.
Don't just walk away like that.
Right. And that's really why she was like upset, because it was like she wanted to talk, right? They was in the bed and he was like, I'm too tired to talk. It's like, what is that about? Tika, talk to me from your real perspective on this thing right here. What are your thoughts on this quote and what went down with that scene?
Okay, so y'all know my mind be all over the place, but I was like, okay, yeah, that's her form of communicating, and I appreciate the fact that she's not playing games with him anymore. She's willing to, you know, get him the real, get him to communicate, because no, she is not his amusement park. However, my young sister, if he don't play in your amusement park, he's gonna play in somebody else's. So if you both can work together, you won't get treated, and she you won't get treated as an amusement park. So she's teaching him, and as she should, because if she doesn't, somebody else will. So I love that she stood up and stood her ground.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the reality of saying, hey, you know what? When we were kids, it was fun. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? But now we are responsible adults. And guess what? You can't run away from this conversation. Again, it's a real situation. It's a real situation. You know, from a personal perspective, I've dealt with that where I wanted to sit down, talk with, you know, my lady. And, you know, honestly, no disrespect, she just wasn't like mature enough to really have that conversation. So she wanted to go and watch TV, or she wanted to go be distracted by something else that was fun. I was like, listen, we both adults here. Let's have a conversation about this. So, you know, I kind of related to it just in a different way from a male perspective. You know, it's just in a different way, but yeah, that was real. That was definitely real. Okay. Another quote that came up that stood out. Do what's right, not what's convenient. That came from Pastor Stanley, right? And that was after Moochie. That was after, you know, little Papa called them out, like, you know, you telling us to follow the Bible, but you ain't even following the Bible like that. You know what I'm saying? He about, where my belt at? I'm about to take out, you know, Mama about to take out the belt. Like, boy, I will whip you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the child in the Bible that's talking about correcting the parents. What do you think about that whole scene, Moochie?
He was trying not to be disrespectful. He was just being honest. And
Right.
sometimes the truth hurts.
True. 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 Okay.
I
So
thought it was good though. I thought it was good because he had to tell them to practice what he preached.
right. 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 Tika, what's your take on that whole scene right there? You know, Bakari was there as well. He was laughing, but he was like, nah, you a fan, you part of the family. Like, you gonna sit here and listen.
Yeah, it was a moment where we as parents, we give our children permission to speak freely. And this was a moment where he had to let them know, look, you got to do right just like I have to do right. It was a very intense moment, but it was necessary for Papa to understand, like, you mess up too, and you are being watched. Your kids are going to mimic what it is that you do. So again, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. You can't tell me when I'm doing wrong if you're doing the same wrong. So it was an intense moment. I appreciated it.
Okay. Okay. Nikki on the beat. Talk to me. Your thoughts on that.
Yeah, the thing about it is, you know, kids, a lot of times they see a lot, they observe a lot, but they may not say much at the time. But keep in mind that all stacks up and builds up. So it's like a powder keg waiting to blow. It's like if you keep telling me to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm observing you not doing X, Y, and Z and not holding yourself accountable like you want me to hold myself accountable, then that's when a child is going to, you know, take that chance to speak up and say, hey, wait a minute. Pause. You're telling me to do this, but you're not doing it. And it's not, I didn't even see it as a point the finger type of moment. I saw it as it was a reckoning of holding his father accountable.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was a real moment. You know, Papa has been like that. He's been honest, respectful. Well, sometimes respectful because he wasn't respectful when he dissed Jake, when Jake didn't make the team, right? He was not respectful at all. It was like, yo, you trash, and, you know, give it up. You know, this is a funeral for Jake's career because, you know, but in many cases, Papa is real respectful and he's just speaking, he's, you know, from the mouth of babes. They talk the truth. You know, sometimes truth hurts. Even with adults, you talking to adults, sometimes that happens, you know? So let's go on and let's talk about this. Let's talk